We're here at the second World Cup of the season for 2022 here in Poznan. And I'm joined up here in the tower by Kaspar Taimsoo and Stephan Krueger, the Estonian men's double. Now Kaspar, how's competition been so far for you?
Competition has been pretty strange in some sense, because as we have talked, we don't have any expectations or there's zero pressure on us, so we're enjoying it a lot. It's been great.
But before the course of this weekend, what was it that made you two want to come together and join up as a double in the first place?
Actually, I think we came together in Tokyo and we had conversation after all our races, and then I was telling Kaspar, yeah, I think it's time to finish my career, and then we came to the point, okay, let us not let all the story end here. Let us determine it by ourselves. So, and then we figured out it could be Poznan because they are the loop closest. Yeah, and I think this is a course that is very important for us in our career. So we are here.
A poignant location for you guys to unite, because of course, Stephan, you usually seen racing with the German squad, and Kaspar, you with the Estonian squad. How did you go about going through the hurdles to make sure that you were able to race today, and who supported you to do that?
Going back to the previous thing, we both had our breakthrough season here in Poznan in 2009 when we scored medals. Mr. Krueger here won the World Championships, and we in the double were third. And then basically we started asking questions from FISA and from our local federations. We got approved by the Estonian, and then luckily by the German rowing federation as well. And then Estonian rowing federation was kind enough to send all of the required documents to FISA, and we're really happy that in the end their commission approved it and we are allowed to race here.
That's so cool, and it must be quite tricky for you guys to find time to train together, but where do you do that and how do you train?
Actually, I think 3 or 4 weeks ago we had a discussion how to deal with it, and then Kaspar invited me to Estonia, and then I just booked within 3 days a flight and took some days off from work, and then I flew to Estonia, and then we had, I think, a pretty long training camp of 7 more or less days, and yeah, that's all basically.
A pretty intense training camp to get it right. And how did you find it being in the boat together? Did your techniques naturally click together well?
Surprisingly yes, because we both historically have been mostly the stroke guys of the boats we have rowed in. So of course it was really interesting for me to learn how Stephan explains and experiences rowing, and what he defines as crucial parts and what is not for him. So, but in the end we found out, luckily, that we have pretty much the same understanding of how things work and how they should be. So it's been relatively easy. But what has not been relatively easy is been like doing all the preparations like actually required to race, like in top level. So, are
you as punctual as each other?
I mean, we have a pretty good how do you say it? Like I don't know the words in English. Sorry, kind of
level, or
level of understanding of each other, and it's been a pleasure, let's say.
That's really great. And now that you've raced here, what do you think might come next? Are you going to form this double more frequently?
Actually, I think that is pretty unique, and I think that's the one and only time for us. Yeah, I think, yeah, that will be the only one, and we will enjoy tomorrow once again. Yes.
And any race strategy plan for your final?
Yeah, I think it will be the same as it has been so far. Basically, it's quite simple. Survive the first K and hope for the best for the second, right?
It's nice and simple, but it works, right?
Yeah, nice and simple, and how our bodies have adjusted pretty nicely to actually be racing. I mean, the first race was like ultra hard, as it usually is for the body, but now today, this face looks pretty straight. And this one looks pretty happy as well, I think so. So I think we're in a good spot for tomorrow as well.
Amazing. Well, look, guys, great talking to you. Very best of luck. Thanks a lot.
Thank you very much.